Good morning, Warsaw. The weather is really nice. We have a temperature about 28 degrees, low humidity. It's not gonna rain. It's sunny. Summer is over, though. No, it's not over, but it's going to.
Эта история не о городе, не о шоу-бизнесе, не о месте работы, не о политике или трудностях, не о прелестях жизни. Это история о личности, такой же, как и вы, но в то же время уникальной и неповторимой.
I'm Vicky. I'm from Italy. I'm a chef. And I was fed up with London. I've been living there for 3 years. Really nice city, but it blows your mind. It's too busy, too busy.
Родиться в Италии, пожить в Лондоне, переехать в Варшаву, чтобы найти себя. 5 языков, бокс, создание техномузыки и паста. И это все в одном человеке.
Well, I was a really hyperactive kid. I grew up with 3 sisters, all younger than me. My mother was kind of Adolf Hitler. She was really strict, but we were messing a lot around, so I understand why. And I was really bad in school, but really bad. I was going there and just mess around. And every week they were calling my mother because I did something wrong, or because, you know, high school in Italy is 5 years, and to me it took 7 years to finish because I couldn't pass the 3rd class. So I did for 3 times the 3rd class. I wanted to be a chef. I wanted to be a chef, and
Always?
Yes. And I wanted to go to culinary school. After middle school, you have to choose in Italy the high school, and I want to do the culinary one. But at the time, culinary school weren't so good, so my mother forbidden me to go there. And because I was already like a troublemaker, and going there, I would become even more troublemaker. So it's like no way. I decided to, after a couple of years, to move in London, so I could get the chance to become a chef. And that's what happened. I moved to London, and first 6 months I was messing around and washing dish into restaurants. And meanwhile I was learning English. Then I started working in a bar in this restaurant. And it was cool. It was a really cool place. There were like great people there working. And then it happens that suddenly one day I was in the bar and there was nothing to do. The kitchen received some order, but the chef was downstairs cleaning, and there was nobody in the kitchen. So I went to the kitchen and I started cooking to let this order out, this food out. And the manager was impressed, so she was like, okay, from next week you are chef. And that's how I started, yeah. So, yeah, it was so cool. I really liked it, but I was working so much. It's like 60, 70 hours a week. And I was living in this hostel for 3 years. But it was cool. It was so much fun. You know, in the hostel I had good friends, so it was more fun than hard. And then, at some point, the manager of the hostel offered me to work there. He asked me if I wanted to be a receptionist. They were looking for somebody to work in night shift. So I said yes, because I never did something like this, and it was cool for me, you know, something new. And that's how I started working in the restaurant and in the hostel as well. And then after a few months I just worked in the hostel, and it was cool. It was a bit boring because I was staying 8 hours sitting and fighting with people. which is fun actually. It was fun, but you know, it wasn't really my thing. So I decided to look for something different, and I discovered Poland. I don't know, for me cooking it's like, it's not even a job. I mean, I do it as job, but it's like a pleasure, you know, like cook for other people and then they are happy, they eat your food and they come to you and they shake their hand and tell you like, oh my God, it was the best pasta I ever had in my life. You know, it makes me feel proud, makes me feel like I'm doing something good. It's nice.
Больше года Вики работает в уютном итальянском кафе в центре Варшавы. Тут ее называют королева карбонары. Тут она воплощает свои мечты и готовит вкуснейшую пасту. Кстати, не только пасту. Ну, смотрите сами.
I like to be here earlier because I like to do my preparation with calm. I'm like not organized at all in life, but in kitchen I'm like a machine. I'm super organized. Everything has to be clean, in order as I have in my mind, or it's a problem for me. So I like to be here early and do all my stuff when there's still nobody around. And usually first things I do is to bake focaccia. And prepare the focaccia dough the day before. And when I arrived, I just like take it out of the fridge, wait a while, and then cook it in the oven for like 15 minutes, something like this. And then I prepare all the stuff for the pastas. So I cut the guanciale for the carbonara. I make the eggs and pecorino for the carbonara as well. And then I cut all the veggies I have to cut. I prepare my section. I sharpen my knives. Yes, I just like do my stuff. Then I put the water to boil because we have this huge pot and it takes like an hour. So that when people start coming, I'm all set up, I'm ready, and I don't have to rush or like I don't have stuff to do while people are ordering food already. For the carbonara, you just take the yolk, so the red part of the egg, and then you add some pecorino cheese. And everything is raw, you don't cook it, you cook it when with the pasta. And then I just leave it in the fridge because it's hot weather, so if you leave it outside it will go rotten. And
What about originally
carbonara, it's made this way. You don't have to put any cream, any garlic, any parsley. It's just the yellow part of the egg, the yolk, and pecorino cheese, some pepper. You don't add any salt because the pecorino is already really salty. And then you cook on the pan the guanciale, which is the cheek of the pork, and it's a really fat part, so you don't have to add any oil or stuff. It's gonna just like melt this fat and cook it in its own fat. And when the pasta is ready, you throw the pasta inside the pan with the guanciale, add some cooking water, and then you start adding the eggs and pecorino, but not on the fire, otherwise it will become like scrambled egg. Out of the fire, and you just start mixing, and you move it a bit on the fire and out, in and out, until you can see it becomes like a cream. I'm the queen of carbonara here in Poland, you know, like everybody comes to eat carbonara here. I do it good. I'm used to say I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I know how to make carbonara, right? Because there was no job. There was no job, it was really hard. I could get like some job for 2 months, 3 months, and then nothing. And you know, I was just bored. I wanted to see how it was outside, and I needed a job. So, because I started university, but I stayed there like 6 months. I started studying Portuguese and German, but I dropped German after 2 months and I started Swedish, but after 6 months I was done. Studying is not my thing. I prefer to work.
What languages you know?
Italian, English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, a bit of Polish now, but really a bit, and I can say a few stuff in Russian. So 5 languages and almost 6. Dead probably. No.
No, really?
No, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. I don't even think about it. I don't care. Wherever it's gonna, for me it's easy. You don't have control on big stuff in life. You can control some stuff, but then life's find its way to bring you where you are meant to be and to do what you are meant to do. So I'm not even wondering where I'm gonna be in 10 years or what I'm gonna do. I don't care. I will see in 10 years. Not now. I don't know, honestly. I hope I will become good in boxing, and I hope I will be maybe a bit more calm, just a little bit, because sometimes I'm really psychopath, but probably still here in Poland, but I'm not sure. And maybe I will be in Philippines, some nice island, running a restaurant and giving boxing class to kids in the beach. I finally decide this year to start because I really need to do some sports in my life because I'm too active and I need to do stuff. So I started looking for a gym and I finally found one, and I went to speak to one of the coach, and I started like about a couple of months ago, and now I'm going every day and I like it. It makes me feel so good, and it's a sport that I always wanted to do it. I never had the guts to start because I thought it was really hard, but now I tried, and yes, it's freaking hard, but I like it. It makes me feel so good. When I'm there for 2 hours, 3 hours while I'm training, I don't think about anything else. I love music. It's always been a really important part of my life. I've learned how to play guitar, piano, a bit of violin by myself, and it's really an important part of my life. So lately I started like trying producing, especially like techno and house music, ADM, electronic in general. It's hard because it requires a lot of focus, and for me it's a really big deal to stay focused there like all the time that it's required. But I'm trying, like every day I try to spend 15, 20, half an hour, and I started finally taking piano lesson. I would say house music probably, yeah, house music. But it's hard to say. There's so many different styles of music, and all of them, I'm sure just what I don't like, which is metal and hard rock. That's it. Then I really listen at almost everything, but yeah, most of my playlists are techno and house music, electronic, Paul Kalkbrenner, Nina Kravitz, all this, Charlotte DeWitt, Amelie Lenz, Carl Cox.